So my mic is muted. Okay. All right there. So we are going to talk about a whole lot of stuff going on here this evening. Is crypto gonna keep pumping? Is Bitcoin going to 20 grand? What's going Hey, I'm back, everyone. I'm sorry, I don't know if you heard me. We were having some technical difficulties. We are going to talk about the Fed seizing our cash. Is that even possible? We are going to talk, is this a breakout or a fake out? From what I understand, things are looking bullish right now for the moment, but anything can happen. I just watched Cardano go from 29 cents to 32 cents. So that's pretty much a big pump in a short period of time. And I'm just going to set this up here and wait for some viewers to jump on. Did it stay? Okay, so let's see what's going on here. There's a whole lot going on, and there's a whole lot of information I want to share with everyone. Today is Sunday, January 8th. The whole entire crypto space is looking extremely bullish right now, but anything can happen. I totally, truly believe that this is a fake out. I could be wrong. Nobody knows for sure. Nothing is certain in crypto. And with that said, just gotta sit back, relax, wait, and see what happens. So I'm trying to pull up the Cardano chart and see what's going on here. If you bear with me, stand by. We will be bringing it up shortly. I always have a delay. This never works out well for me. Maybe I have a face for radio. I don't know. I'm just trying to give some information, start a discussion. It is January 8th, and the market is looking extremely bullish right now. But I totally believe that this is just a fake out. We have a report coming out the 11th or the 12th, which is this week, and anything can happen from there. Trying to share the screen, and it's not exactly letting me, so let me see what I can do here. So Cardano's now 31.3. 31.3. We have 25% increase. Bitcoin is at 17,160. Ethereum is at 1291. XRP is at 34.7. Cardano's at 31.3. Dogecoin is at almost 7.5 cents. Solana is at $14.81. Chainlink is at $6.02. XLM is at almost 8 cents. Chronos, crypto.com, 6.23 cents. Algorand, 20 cents. Kind of looking into Algorand. I'm getting convinced that that's going to be a great one. Internet Computer, ICP, $4.18. HBAR, 4.24 cents. Sandbox, 51 cents. Everything is definitely in a nice pump right now, but I don't know too much about believing that this is going to stay as a pump. Like, I think this is a fake out totally. I know there's a bunch of green candles. They're very bullish right now, and people are just FOMOing, jumping in, and I'm not too sure. I mean, nobody's sure. So whoever says they're certain, you really need to just, I mean, here we were a week ago at 16 and change, and here we are right now at 17,162 on Bitcoin. So we'll see what happens there. So we're in the green right now, and I say never buy, never, ever, ever buy in the green. And if you are buying in the green, you are basically titled as someone who is FOMOing, your fear of missing out. You're going to jump in now and you're going to get wrecked. So really figure out if you're willing to take a loss, because we are still in a bear market. Okay. There's a couple of projects that I need to add to my bags, and I'm just not trying to lose a penny. I'm doing this right. You know, in crypto, you take your chances and you experiment, but when you start seeing that your portfolio is not where you need it to be because you bought too high, or you bought when it was pumping and you were fearing that it was going to moon. But I think it's too early. Then again, this is just my thought. I want to share something with you in the meantime. And it's a video I came across. And what I'm going to do, so we don't have any interference, is I'm actually going to play it. I'm actually going to play the video and just let you hear the audio, because I don't want any glitches. I don't want nothing to stop streaming just because I want to share this information with you. So the title of this live is, Will the Fed Seize Our Cash? We don't know. We know that many, many years ago, people had to surrender their gold or they were going to jail. I mean, these are just facts. This is in the history books, and it happened. So what makes me think that it can't happen again with cash? Anything's possible. There's also something else I want to cover, and what I want to cover was something in regards to how all this was written in the 1980s about what's going on today. You know, there's things that happen and there's predictions, and you know how they're saying now with the CBDC and the digital cash, how people will, like if you go make a purchase, they're going to know, hey, like they'll say, hey, Bobby, you can't buy these steaks right now because you are, your medical records showed up and they see you have high cholesterol, like whatever it is, everything's going to be connected to us. And that's where all that AI stuff comes in, which gets really technical, and it's like almost what we would call back in the day futuristic, but at the end of the day, everything we thought was futuristic is playing out right now. So it's like really scary. And I want you to hear this. And this was done in the 80s. This video I'm going to play. Digital ID, basically. It's like nearly almost here already. It's just going to go to a whole nother level. So here's a recording of what they were predicting would happen. And this was over 30 years ago. And this might just be the time. Sounds like it's ready to go down. I'm going to pull it up right now. Okay, listen to this.
CBDC, centrally banked digital currency. What's happening? No, I'm on my way home. How do you know all this stuff?
This.
Mary, may I take your order? Hi, Mary. Yes, I'd like to order.
This is Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Thank you for calling again, sir. I show your national identification number is 610-204-999-8-45-54610. Is that correct?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Kelly. I see you live at 736 Montrose Court, but you're calling from your cell phone. Are you at home?
I'm just leaving work, but I'm...
Oh, we can deliver to Bob's Auto Supply. That's at 175 Lincoln Avenue, yeah?
No, I'm on my way home. How do you know all this stuff?
We just got wired into the system, sir.
Oh, well, I'd like to order a couple of your double meat special pizzas.
Sure thing. There'll be a new $20 charge for those, sir.
What do you mean?
Sir, the system shows me that your medical records indicate that you have high blood pressure and extremely high cholesterol. Luckily, we have a new agreement with your national healthcare provider that allows us to sell you double meat pies as long as you agree to waive all future claims of liability.
What?
Do you agree, sir? You can sign the form when we deliver, but there is a charge for processing. The total is $67 even.
$67?
Well, that includes the delivery surcharge of $15 to cover the added risk to our driver of traveling through an orange zone.
I live in an orange zone?
Now you do. Looks like there was another robbery on Montrose yesterday. You could save $48 if you ordered our special Sprout Submarine combo and picked it up yourself. Comes with tofu sticks. Those are very tasty, sir. Good value, too.
But I want double meat.
Well, I'm sure you can afford the $67 then. You just bought those tickets to Hawaii. They weren't cheap, eh? Oh, but I see you checked out the budget beach bum at the library last week. Up to you, sir.
All right. I'll get the Sprout subs.
Good choice, sir. Gotta watch that waist if you're hitting the beach, eh? 42 inches. Wow. Man, I'd say tofu and sprouts is like required.
That's how much?
Just between you and me, there's a $3 off coupon in this month's Total Men's Fitness magazine. Your wife Betty subscribed to that, right? Anyhow, click that and it's $19.99 even. Whoa, looks like you maxed out on all your credit cards. Bring cash, okay?
Now, do you think that it's all climate change, ladies and gentlemen?
Did you hear that?
As I've noted before, a lot of
Did
this
you
has
all
been
hear that?
planned, whether you want to believe it or
The
not.
guy orders food. The operator says, we know where you work. We could deliver it to your job. He says, and this was done 30 years ago. So the future is now, which may not make sense, but it is. And he said, I'd like to order whatever. And she says, okay, we could bring it to you at your job. And she names his job. And he goes, no, but I'm on my way home now. So it'll get there when I get home. And she's like, well, you know, you're going on vacation and you have high cholesterol and we're going to charge you a surcharge for eating unhealthy. So if you want to eat sprouts and tofu, you know, you got to watch your waist. She knew his waist size. She knew his medical records. Everything was all linked together. So this was all predicted for the future. And this was done in the 80s. And we are now in 2023. And this is going down. So that I found very interesting. Next thing I wanted to play was just a small prediction about them seizing our cash, the Fed seizing our cash. Could they really do it? Well, it was done during, I believe, the 60s, where people had to come and give up their gold or they were going to go to jail. Hold on a second. I'm going to play it. I am so sorry. My grandson just calls me. So here's where he's asked. Gerard Chilente, he worked with the government.
Is Raytheon the second largest defense contractor in the United States? Oh, by the way, look at their stocks since this has gone up. Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, all the defense contractors. Boom, boom, boom. So that's where the United States is going. China and the BRICS are going in another direction. And then going back to gold. Look at all the gold that was bought up by the central banks in 2022.
Well, yeah, and I want to bring that up. I want to talk gold in a second, but want to stay on I want to stick to the Fed for a second because you brought up the Fed. I want to know where you think they're headed. You mentioned we might see another rate hike. We all know they want to slow down because inflation is cooling. Where do they go from here? What trend do you see with the Fed?
Again, it's a guessing game because let's go back. We had forecasted the Trends Journal, by the way, that if there was not a Santa Claus rally in 2022, just passed, it's going to go down deep in the first 3 months of 2023. However, you cannot forecast what they're going to do. It's a guessing game regarding the Feds because let's go back to December 2018. Woo, the markets are going down really sharp. Donald Trump put extreme pressure on Jerome Powell to lower interest rates. Just before that, going back into November, Powell said they weren't going to raise interest rates. They did. He said Powell came back in early January giving the message that they were going to lower interest rates. So the power of the president is very strong. And again, the financial business, they're the ones that run the show.
I want you to listen to this.
BlackRocks and the Blackstones and all the private equity groups that are in charge.
Talking about BlackRock.
If they put pressure on the Fed to lower interest rates, they're going to do it. It's not about we the people. It's about the ones running the show.
What are the chances of QE creeping back in 2023?
Very good question. I called it wrong in 2012. I thought the economy was going to crash in 2012. They invented a thing called quantitative easing. They didn't teach us that in Economics 101 at graduate school, nor did they teach us about zero and negative interest rate policy. They could come up with anything. Again, you were talking about the epiphany, right? What happened when, Trends Journal magazine from back in 2011? That look familiar? What happened when the Prince of Peace drove the money changers out of the temple? Woof, 3 days later, the cat's hanging on the cross. So they're going to make up anything they want. They're the money people are in charge. Anybody that thinks they have a government of we the people is still being taught kindergarten to K-12 and graduate school. That's who's in control of the government.
You made headlines with this statement. The Fed will seize all your money. How?
Again, they're going to do anything they can to control our lives. Look what's going on with the interest rates, right? What?
Listen, the first video I played about them controlling when the guy ordered food and they knew where he worked and they knew that his medical records, they knew he had high blood pressure. Listen to what he's saying, how they can seize and how they can control us. Check this out.
What's the inflation rate? We hit 10.7%. You're still deep in negative territory. So the United States, what do you have? You have an inflation rate that's 7.1, and you have a 4.5, 5. You're still in negative territory. So here's what they're going to do. This is going to be the year we believe that we're going to start seeing going from dirty cash to digital trash. They're going to make up something new. And that's the way they're going to get out of this thing. Look at the United States. Just passed what, at 1 point?
He just said they're going to make up something new. They're making it up as they go along. Anything to take the money out of our hands. So that's why I tell people, the ones who got into crypto now before regulation, like myself, get into crypto before regulation. They can watch what you're doing. They're going to watch what you're doing regardless. But if you're a little bit wealthier than what you are today, you have more to do. But they are going to try to limit. They are going to try to limit how we can become wealthy. We're early. So keep listening. Keep listening. They're going to monitor us whether you have crypto or not. But the ones who don't have it are going to be in a real bad position. And those are the people that are going to say, wow, I was so scared of crypto, I should have got into it. So this is what I'm here for. I mean, it's not any crypto that you need to buy. It's certain cryptos that you need to invest in. And I will explain more than that, more of that later. But everybody's in a different stage of why they're watching. Are you in crypto already? Are you just watching me because you just stumbled upon my channel? Are you looking to invest? Did you invest prior and you lost money and you're scared to come back in this space? Listen, whatever your situation is, you need to invest in crypto.
Look at the United States. Just passed what, a $1.7 trillion budget when you have a $30.1 trillion deficit? They're going to make something up. Here, the Russians just hacked our banking system. You can't get your money out. But don't worry about it. We're coming up with a new currency. They'll make up anything. Oh, going back to, I said, when all else fails, they take you to war. The guy that was the president, FDR. Oh, that's the guy. You don't own gold anymore. Bring your gold into us, or else you go to jail. They'll make up.
You see, I was saying before I was even born, it made the people who had gold turn it into the government, or they were going to go to jail. So they can, they will, they have. I don't know if they're going to do it again. But one way or another, they want to control our money. They want to control. I believe, I could be wrong. Everything I'm saying could be wrong. I believe that by 2030, we're going to wake up. And I hope I'm here. And they are going to say, this has no value. You can't use it anymore. You have to have digital money. That's only 7 years from now. So let's see. One day, for the parents and grandparents who have little ones, my grandson will be 3. If he don't remember what money is from now, he probably never, ever, ever, when he's a teenager, going to have to use fiat. Sounds crazy. But these things are happening. We're in the future. There's nothing we can do to change that. And everybody says cash is king. I'll tell you what. I live by that rule, by that law. But I'm starting to see it's not. I wish it wouldn't be this way, but it is.
Go to jail. They'll make up anything. And I believe this is going to be the year where there's going to be a big push toward a digital currency.
So
and that's the way the Fed's going to get us.
This is the year that the road begins towards the bank digital currency.
Yep.
In the U.S.
That's the way we see it happening. And it's going to go like that, like that, like that.
Overnight.
And we're doing this to protect you so we can know every penny that you spent, where you spent it, what you spent it on, so we can get the tax money because we're politicians and we don't work a day in our lives and we need your money and all the little clowns that we call public servants that work for us, that do what we tell them to do so we can keep them paid, so we get all your money. That's where this thing is going. And I say to people, if you're keeping money in the bank, why are you keeping it there?
On that note, let's talk gold. Because you said in central banks bought records amount of gold in the third quarter of 2022, numbers we haven't seen in decades. We still don't know what China's buying, but they revealed that they're buying some. No one really believes the numbers. That's a different story. Why do central banks know that we don't know?
What they know is how they're going to rig it, and we don't know when they're going to do it and how they're going to do it. But again, as I was saying, why would you keep your money in a bank when they're not paying you anything and they're making money on your money? So going back to gold, and again, well, everybody knows we have no advertisers in the Trends Journal magazine, so we're not pumping anybody. To us, gold is the number one safe haven asset. When gold went down into the 1600s a few months ago, we said this is the bottom. It's going up from now. And now it's been hitting, several month highs. Again, when they hacked our banking system, you can't get your money out. But don't worry about it. We're coming up with a new currency. They'll make up anything. Oh, going back to, I said, when all else fails,
I had to say that they will make up anything as they go along. This is why we have what we have going on with XRP, the SEC, cross-border payments. We're in a lawsuit only in the U.S., so no matter what the results of that SEC, XRP, Ripple lawsuit is, it's still going to exist. And it's actually the fastest network there is for cross-border payments. And the government is getting their hands into everything. They're like, wait a minute, the people are getting rich and we can't control it because it's on a blockchain. It's decentralized and they don't want that. They don't want you. They don't want me. They don't want us having cryptocurrency. Why? Because we're buying so low and we can, for the first time in our life, get a piece of this biggest financial transfer of wealth in our lifetime. This is something new. And the video I played earlier was 30 years ago, predicted. If everybody's old enough and they know the beeper, everybody had a beeper. Only rich people had a cell phone. It was a big suitcase in your car. Then you got everybody with a cell phone or a tablet now in 2022, 2023. We went from the typewriter to a computer to a desktop that was gigantic and it was just coding back when I was in elementary school. We had AOL chat, MySpace. Here we have Twitter now and we have Instagram and TikTok. We used to have Vine and now you got TikTok, you got Twitch, you got Twitter. You have so many platforms. It's all just happening. This was all planned. And we used to think of electric cars. We have them now. We're talking about flying cars. They just flew some cars in Dubai. Listen, people are living underwater in hotels. Things are changing. Get with it. If you want to learn about crypto, my recommendation is do your own research. Find a channel that's telling you about their experiences. Find a channel that's giving you some education, because I could sit here for 30 minutes talking to you and I would love to sit here for 3 hours, but I need interaction. You can come on, ask me questions. What I give you in 10 minutes it could be 2 days of research. I'm constantly researching the crypto space. I'm constantly researching what's going on in the whole financial world. And no matter what happens, I don't care where you're from. If the United States isn't doing well, ain't nobody gonna do well. And they are saying that we are going to go through the biggest financial crisis of our life in 2023. Why are they warning us? They're trying to prepare us. They're trying to scare us. I don't know. But guess what? We're over 30 trillion in deficit, and we printed almost 1.8 trillion recently for the war in you-know-where. So we're not in a good situation right now. The money's just being printed. Just being printed means nothing, has no value. Nothing to back it up. So with that said, thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and whenever you see me come on, hit that notification button and you can come on and join the chat and join the panel. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. You all have a great night. Take care. God bless. Invest wisely and do your own research.